Since God hasn't removed these chains, since God hasn't fixed the situation, since God hasn't fixed the relationship, since God hasn't given me the breakthrough yet, since I'm still dealing with the addiction, since it won't just go away like they told me it would, and I prayed that one time and I still went home addicted, and they told me that if I prayed this, that the chains would fall off, but the chains are still there. And since God won't remove the chains, I'm gonna ask him to use the chains. That's my choice. What shall I choose? You have a choice to make. You always do. The greatest gift God can give you is a choice. He said, I'm in chains for Christ. Christ didn't put these chains on me, but now that these chains are on me, I'm gonna let him use them. He didn't bring the disease. He didn't bring the divorce. I wouldn't choose it. But if I can't change it, God, will you use these chains to change me, change others? Make me an example of your grace. That's your choice. And God's not the only one who gives you a choice. This is what I was trying to explain to the youth, and I really think I was talking to my 16-year-old self. That's where I made the choice to follow Christ. Well, actually, he made the choice. He chose me. I didn't choose him, theologically speaking. But it was the moment that I became aware of his prevenient grace in my life and surrendered to what he was already doing. Yeah, that sounds better. And I was trying to get them to see how, over 500 of them gave their lives to Christ during Youth X. Most important choice they'll ever make. But the moment they come to that choice, the devil comes with little choices. Because the enemy sees their potential. And sometimes the enemy believes in your potential more than you do. And so you get around some friends and you're young, 13, 14, and they're looking at porn. It's just a little porn. It's just one-time porn. And they're calling you gay and weird if you don't look at it, so you look at it. It's just a choice. And they're drinking, they're smoking, they're vaping, so it's a choice. It's not gonna send you to hell. God's grace has got you covered, but it's just a choice. What you don't know until you know is that choices don't stay choices. They become habits. It's just one choice. Just a little, you turn up one time and then it's like, well, maybe I'll do it again. And I lied to my parents one time, so, Y'all think this is a youth sermon? If somebody would have preached this to a lot of us earlier, we could have seen the choice for what it was, but we didn't know what mattered then. We couldn't know what mattered then, so it's just a little thing, but then it becomes a habit, and now you keep doing it, and it doesn't quite hit, it doesn't quite get you as high as it did the last time, so you gotta do more of it now. It takes a little more, you can handle it, it's good, but then it becomes a habit. And now it's not just a glass of wine to relax. And by the way, I always get scared when I do this part because it's not just sex and drinking that I'm talking about. Some of us gossip so bad, it would be better off if we were alcoholics. I mean, the damage we do with our mouths is way worse than what a bottle can do, okay? So I'm not just talking about whatever specific sin you don't happen to struggle with. Some of us are so angry, just mad, And we used to get mad with good reason. It was a choice. But then it became a habit. And now it's automatic. You don't even choose anymore. Now it's the default setting. Now it's just what you do to get your way. And you hate yourself after you do it, but it got you what you wanted, so you do it again. And it's kind of like one time Paul was saying, I don't do what I want to do. I do what I don't want to do. Who will deliver me from this body of death? And he wasn't saying this before he met Christ. He was saying this as a Christ follower. I made some choices. The choice became a habit. I didn't know it was a big deal at the time. It didn't seem like a big deal. I didn't forgive one person, and I let the bitterness get a hold of me. And then the bitterness was no longer just one person. I started getting mad at everybody. And I started blaming everybody, and now it's my habit. And now when something doesn't go my way, my first response is to blame all the people who weren't there for me, or if they would have, or if she would have. I started complaining. I made the choice to complain, and I used to just complain when things were really bad. But now it's instead of his praise will continually be on my mouth, now his complaint is continually on my. It's a habit. It's automatic. It's my first instinct. I can't even see what's right. I walk in the room and all I see is what's wrong. It's automatic. And before long, it's not just what I do. It becomes my identity. Now it's who I am. I'm a slave to fear. I'm a child of God, but I feel like a slave to sin. I made a choice. It became a habit. It became automatic. That's what the Bible says when it says, don't walk in the flesh. The habits of the old life, the patterns of your perspective pre-Christ. And you just keep doing it, it's pulling on you. It pulls you back into it. You don't tell your e-group about that stuff. You can't. These chains aren't the kind of chains that you wear around your neck. These chains is the choices that become habits. Now it's automatic. You don't even want to do it anymore. But you think it's who you are. You think it's your nature. You see that? I'm trying to show you, and I hope that you'll discuss this with your kids after church. And I hope that you'll discuss this with some people in your life that you can trust about the choices that became habits, that became automatic. I'm just offended all the time now. I made the choice to be offended. The person hurt me, and I chose to let that hurt on the inside, and I didn't let it heal. And now I'm pushing good people away because of who hurt me back then. And I want you to see how today's choices become tomorrow's chains. Hey, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single video or live stream, and share this video with a friend. And don't forget, you can join me live every Sunday. Thanks again for watching.